Hi, I'm LDS in Medium, and thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to try to bring religion and spirituality closer together, and this is what this pod is all about. I will talk about my own thoughts and feelings as I am both LDS and have spiritual gifts, something that I've had my whole life, but I always thought that it was hard to combine these gifts with my religion. This has torn me into two directions, and I have talked to many people who feel the same way. I can't choose not to have my spiritual gifts, but I can choose how I use them. And I always want to use them for good and to help others. I believe my heavenly parents gave them to me for a reason. So, this is me. Join my quest for knowledge.
Boundaries. So I asked ChatGPT about the word boundaries, and this is what I got. The word boundaries refers to limits or rules that define how far something can go, physically, emotionally, or behaviorally. It's used in many contexts, but the general idea is the same. A boundary separates one thing from another and helps protect or define it. Here are some common uses. Physical boundaries. These are literal borders like property lines, fences, or walls. Example: the fence marks the boundary between our yard and the neighbors. Emotional or personal boundaries. These are rules or limits we set with other people to protect our emotional well-being. Example: I need personal space, so I told my friend not to call me late at night. That's a boundary for me. Social or relationship boundaries. These help define acceptable behavior in relationships. Example: it's a boundary for me not to be yelled at during arguments. Legal or political boundaries. Borders between countries, states, or cities. Example: the river forms the boundary between the two countries. Setting boundaries starts with how you think about yourself, your needs, and your values. Here's a simple way to approach it step by step. 1. Know yourself. Think, what makes me feel uncomfortable, drained, or disrespected? What makes me feel safe, respected, or energized? Example thoughts. I feel overwhelmed when people text me constantly. I need alone time after work to recharge. This is how you start discovering your limits. 2. Decide what you want and need. Think, what kind of behavior do I want from others? What do I need to feel emotionally or physically safe? Example thoughts. I need people to ask before borrowing my stuff. I don't want to talk about my relationship with coworkers. This is how you start defining your boundaries. 3. Make it clear and simple. Think, how can I express this honestly without being aggressive or passive? Example ways to say it. I'm not comfortable with that. I need time to myself this weekend. Please don't raise your voice at me. I won't continue the conversation if that happens. Clear thoughts lead to clear communication. 4. Stick to it. Think, what will I do if someone crosses my boundary? Example: if they keep interrupting me, I'll end the conversation. If they ignore my request, I'll take space from them. You're not responsible for other people's reactions, just your own actions and limits. Final mindset tips. Boundaries aren't selfish, they're self-respecting. You're allowed to say no without explaining everything. Other people may not like your boundaries, that doesn't make them wrong. I think this is where a lot of us go wrong. I know I have all my life. To think setting boundaries equals being selfish. I don't understand why letting people in and walking all over you would represent love. It's so hard being a mom because you want to be good and kind to everyone, but you end up disrespecting yourself, or at least I did. I just took the silence, the verbal abuse, the loneliness that I was punished with when trying to set boundaries. But I have to be honest, it is a really good idea to write down your boundaries, what they are, and why they are important to you. I worked with disabled children for years, and when doing that, I took a course in low affective behavior. It was an eye-opener when they asked what was okay for me in my line of work. Being bitten? Okay. Spit at? Okay. Pinched? Okay. Pulled in my hair? Okay. I just realized that my bodily boundaries vanished when working with children that couldn't control themselves. Shout out to everyone that works with disabled children. It was a tough yet the most rewarding job I've had, but it did affect me a lot. So what are my boundaries? Do I have different boundaries in regards to my children and family and friends? And why is that? I know I do. I put up with a lot more from my children than from others, but I think it's because I haven't defined the whys in my regards to them. If I respect other people's boundaries, I should respect my own first and foremost. That will be my priority for the rest of this year, writing down and defining my boundaries and prioritize them for myself. Until next time, be the light, share the light, spread the light, and shine.
This is my journey. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. Please download, like, share, and subscribe, and help spread the light and spread the word to expand our community. Let's bring more love, peace, and unity to this world. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Always be grateful, kind, and loving. Be brave and remember to step out of your comfort zone and smile. If you support us on Patreon, you will get access to our meditations and extra materials so you can download them as MP3. Also, we now have a Facebook group, which you can access from our Facebook community. Please answer the questions as you apply to participate. It will be a safe haven where we can keep discussing religion and spirituality, our spiritual gifts, and self-development. Remember, one person can make a difference, but together we can change the world.